Hi guys, how are you guys doing? We're back with another podcast today.
This is season 2. This is our second year doing it. This is the beginning of our second year. So yeah.
All right, so do you want me to start with the cards?
I mean, we can, I guess.
All right, so we're doing Hello Awkward cards. Today I have 2.
This is our icebreaker.
So when was the last time that you forgave yourself?
By giving me all these hard questions.
I'm gonna make you think.
The last time I forgave myself, I don't know. That's hard. It had to be within the last couple of years.
Okay.
But for what? I don't remember. I feel like I've been at a mellow place for a long time, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. When's the last time you forgave yourself?
I actually didn't really even think about this until I pulled the card, and then I thought, it was probably about a year ago.
For what?
It had to do with my kids, my oldest kids, like a miscommunication.
Interesting.
Or I finally, just had to forgive myself for things I've been really resenting myself for or feeling like I was the blame for. So, yeah, think about when was the last time you forgave yourself and why.
And why?
All right, the other one was what was your childhood idyllic? How do you say it? Idyllic? Was your childhood like your idea childhood? And what would you change about your childhood?
I think my childhood was a little bit of everything. I mean, everything you could possibly go through. Well, a lot. I'm not going to say everything, but a lot. My childhood was cool because I was just everywhere, never at home. We always had friends. We always had somewhere to go play basketball and walk to. And we used to walk everywhere. We used to ride bikes everywhere. You know, put a little can in the bike tire. It sounded like terrible, but it was fun. You never put a can in a bike tire?
No, I don't even know what.
She don't know how to ride a bike.
What does
that
something. Mean to make it make noise?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
So we had the house on the bottom of all the hills. The hills were dead ends. We had the house on the bottom of the dead end instead of the end of the dead end, the beginning. And we put the basketball hoop on the street. We just out there hooping in the street.
Yeah, I did that too.
But it wasn't a busy street. So yeah, it was a pretty cool childhood. You know, outside of the family drama, you know. It was not bad. Not bad at all.
Okay.
What was your?
I feel like mine was pretty good up until the age of probably like 13. Then I feel like as a preteen and a teenager, you start to really, you change a lot. It's not all about like going outside and playing with toys and your friends. I feel like you change a lot, especially as a young little girl.
Yeah.
You go through like a lot of hormonal stuff and stuff like that. But
Ew.
I remember just being able to play outside till the lights came on in the street. You had no cell phones, no phones. You just knew when to come home. You just played with sticks and dirt. It was good. I feel like the reason why I wanted to pull that card though was like because I thought about my own kids and like wondering if I feel like they'll never have like the childhood that we had.
Yeah.
As kids. So it just gave me something to think about. I feel like kids should be outside more.
Facts.
Not inside all day and on devices and stuff like that. So that's definitely something to work on. Yeah, other than that, I feel like it was pretty good. But the question was like, was there anything you would change about it?
I don't think there's anything I would change because I feel like if you change one thing, it changes a lot. So I feel like there's nothing to change because everything I went through, I learned from, or I remember, and it made me who I am now.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think I would change anything. Is there anything you change?
Yeah, I would.
Like what?
I feel like, one thing changes everything, but it's asking like, if there's something you could change, what would you change? I would definitely, had slowed down in my teenage years, and I would have loved to have more like family time. I feel like I missed out on that a lot. Although like my mom could probably say the opposite, like you were always in your room. But I don't know. I just feel like I got accustomed to always being kind of alone. And so then when it came to like big gatherings, I don't know. It was like scary. I didn't want to be around other people. But like, I just wish it was more traditional, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is what it is.
Well, in that sense, I feel like I think I would have done more, because there were times where like people invited me places and I was like, nah, I'm cool.
Mm-hmm.
But it was also a lack of like, I was just used to what I was used to, and anything outside of that felt
out of place.
Different.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Yeah.
So yeah.
Times have changed.
So how's your new year?
I think it's starting off good.
Starting off good.
It feels like I mean, obviously there's still so much to do this year, but I feel like it's finally the beginning of a time when I can change a lot. And then as the next few months go by, a lot will change. So I'm just ready for that. I'm ready to get through the next few months. How about you?
Dang. My New Year's interesting because I'm at a point where I felt like I stopped growing, and then now I'm back to the point where it's like I want to try this, and I want to try this, and I want to learn this, and so it's
that's not bad.
It's refreshing and it's motivating. So yeah, it's been cool. It's been cool. What are your New Year's resolutions?
My biggest one is like I have to get active, guys. I have to get active. I'm wanting to do Pilates. If you've ever done Pilates, I haven't heard anybody say anything negative about Pilates. So it's really good for your core, your body, your muscles, all of that. So I really do want to get back active. I want to try to find balance because right now I'm still struggling, guys, like with wanting to like get my sleep, but then be productive, but then handle things at home, but then work hard at work. But like, I won't lie, I'm in the thick of it where like, you know, I'm in a journey for a reason, but I'm not going to lie, like work is kicking my butt. I mean, it's just taking all my energy. Plus I got health stuff going on. So I'm just trying to like fight with my mind and like battle that because I do want to be productive, but I'm also like trying to get out of that stump where I keep thinking, oh, well, once I'm done in this, I can't say what it is yet, but once I'm done with this, then I can start like doing X, Y, and Z. So I kind of still feel, even though it's the beginning of the year, I still feel like I'm a little bit trapped, if that makes sense. But I know what I'm going to do. So I'm excited about that. So I do want to get active. I started eating better and I feel good about that. I just really want to like grow my waxing skills and business. And I just want to be the most successful wax specialist in Arizona, at least in my city, this year. And I think I can do that by the end of this year.
Well, dang.
What about you?
I don't know. I don't really have.
You always say that.
I feel like I don't know. For my New Year's resolution, I feel like it's something that I should be, like it should be like a goal. You know what I mean?
No, I don't know what you're saying.
I don't know. I feel like a New Year's resolution.
Like you don't have one goal, isn't it? Like to grow like your TikTok and stuff?
I mean, I feel like that's not really a goal. I'm kind of just going with the flow with that. Mm-hmm. My New Year's resolution is to. I really don't know. What should my New Year's resolution be?
Everything cannot be perfect, bro.
It's not perfect, but it's not like I feel like I don't have as much to work on as I used to have. You know what I mean?
I think a huge one for us is to really like eliminate debt. Like by the end of this year, it shouldn't. I mean, but if you think about it, because by the end of this year, it's the next year. I think by the end of this year, it should not be where we can't say that we have hardly any debt. Like we should be able to say we really took care of a lot of debt this year. And I really think like once I'm doing what I need to do, that will happen. So yeah, I think that should be like a major one. Like I don't think we're the only ones that feel that way. There's a lot of people that, make that a goal for the year. And it was probably really hard last year to do that. So I think that's a major, major one because without all the debt and stuff, or, like feeling like you got to catch up, you can do so many more things and enjoy life and get out. I feel like that's like a huge one, but that's also just one of mine.
See, I feel like that's what I say every year. So I want something different, but I guess that's my New Year's resolution.
Or what are some things that would help you get to that then?
I don't know. I feel like financially I'm moving in the right direction because I'm making money from other things other than barbering now. You know what I mean? But I'm trying not to get I'm trying not to think too far ahead because sometimes it gets to a point where I get burnt out and it's like I went a little too hard too early. So that's kind of like I want to just enjoy cutting hair as much as I used to. And I feel like this past year I didn't. So I just been following a bunch of new people and creators and stuff for haircuts and all that. And it's made me want to just be better at cutting hair.
Well, yeah, because you got to go back to the why you're doing what you do.
Yeah.
It can't always feel like work.
Exactly.
That's where I'm at. It's hard. I love what I do, but it just feels like work. It's a lot. So I get that.
So,
okay, well, you don't have any.
I guess. So today's topic is being misunderstood. So do you have a time when you were like misunderstood and it like you remember it really, really well? Like it always like comes up. You know what I mean?
I was trying to think of that when you said that, and I feel like there probably is, but I can't think of something right now.
I feel like there's a lot of times, and I feel like being misunderstood is one of the worst things. Simply because like sometimes I say stuff and it's like I don't mean it in a harsh way.
Yeah.
And I do think a lot of people think I'm judgmental because of that, but it is what it is. If I feel a certain way, like my thing is I don't understand why people care so much of what I think sometimes. You know what I mean? Because it's like
we talked about this before.
I don't know. I feel like I say stuff, but I shouldn't matter as much as, or my opinion shouldn't matter as much in other people's lives.
You know what I think it is? I don't think people should care so much about what you think.
Exactly.
As much as they should care about their own selves.
Exactly.
Or like as much as they should care about their own decision or what they're doing or what themselves.
Yeah.
I think that's the problem. But I feel like we've talked about this before. I see it all the time, like with you, whether it's friends, family. I think people care about your opinion because that's just me speaking. I don't really know. I can't speak for everybody else, but I think it's because look, when you speak, we ask you, what do you have to achieve or what would you want to do more? And you're just like, nothing. I'm good. And I'll hear your friends even saying like, I just can't wait to get to that point because they just feel like you have it all figured out. So if you're somebody that they feel like has it all figured out, they're going to want to know, hey, what do you think about this? Or they may think highly of your opinion, because they see the decisions that you make are successful. The problem with that, though, I find is that a lot of people like to ask, but then they don't really take what you're saying into consideration and move with it. So then it gets to a point where if you keep asking Avery the same thing, or you keep talking to him about the same thing, but you're like a movement person. You don't want to hear people talk. So then when it gets to that point that they keep like asking him their opinion or mentioning something or whatever, he's just going to go silent. Or you'll say the harsh reality because you do love them.
Yeah.
And you just want the best for them.
But I don't like that people listen to what I say and hold it to like a higher standard.
Like, what do you mean?
Like, you know what I mean? Like sometimes I talk to people and they're like, I don't know. I don't like that people care as much as what I have to say. Because I don't care what y'all gotta say.
That's true.
I don't. I really don't.
You don't.
That's the thing. Like people just. I don't know. I guess I don't know.
You don't.
I feel
but
like
then it bothers
I
you when they
offend
say
people.
that.
I offend people, but it's like they ask a question, and it's like, if you didn't want this answer, why did you ask me?
Because they want you to sugarcoat it and say something what they want to hear.
Yeah, I'm not.
That's the reality of it. I guess then now that you're saying that, I guess I can understand that, because whatever, we say this all the time. I don't have a lot of friends. Guys, I don't care. That's the thing. Like, you have to.
Erica, the main one. She be taking stuff the wrong way. I be misunderstood at home.
Give an example.
I told Erica, let me tell y'all a story.
Yeah, because you must be holding on to something. Is this about
everything's about you. I live with you every day. It happens often. Sometimes I say stuff and she needs a second for it to.
Okay, like what?
Like when I told you, here's an example. People in relationships, they wake up and choose each other. You have to choose to be with the person.
That was so long
you're
ago.
with. You asked for an example. How you gonna ask me for an example when you don't like the example?
Because that's not accurate anymore, though. I agree with you.
Let me tell the story. You know what? I said people got to wake up and choose each other. You know, you don't have to be here. You have to choose to be here. Blah, blah, blah. And for whatever reason, she took that offensively and she walks to the kitchen. And I come in the kitchen about 2 minutes later. She says, "Oh, I get what you're saying." See, that's a misunderstanding.
Mm-hmm. That was literally 2 years ago. So
that's
like when he told you guys on another podcast, he must be wanting to let stuff out. I don't know, but I didn't know this was what this was about. Anyways, when he told you guys in the other like couple podcasts ago, I'm tired. When he said something in another podcast where you guys might have caught it, where he said, "Why do you get so defensive?" or whatever. He said offensive, but you meant defensive. And you went to the kitchen. Okay, anyways, just take that out. Okay, so yes, but you have to understand okay, this is my thing. We're not going to nitpick each other. There's just like, I think for me, why sometimes you can come off that way is because you don't really elaborate. I asked you a question, I think is what it was, and then you said, "Well, I choose to love you." You have to also understand, like, the growth was not quite there. I'm not understanding what you're saying. Now, 2 years later, even shortly after you said that, of course I understood because I had to think about it. Like, well, what does he really mean by that? Because to me, now that I'm thinking of it, yeah, that makes sense. I can't think of any other way that it would be. I choose to be with you. I don't have to be with you. I choose to be married to you. I don't have to be married to you. I choose to be faithful to you. I don't have to be faithful to you. It's all a choice.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, but see, that's the same thing that I said. And then you take it offensive. So when there's a lack of communication and understanding, but also sometimes you just don't elaborate, or sometimes you're just very cutthroat. And I think that's what people mean when they say that you're very judgmental. Like, look how you're sitting.
What's wrong with how I'm sitting?
This is a defensive mechanism.
Oh my gosh. Erica been watching freaking lawyer shows and Judge Judy and
No, you know what? Okay,
murder
wait,
mysteries.
because we talk about so many things, and I'll tell you straight up what that was. It has nothing to do with you. It's not your fault. But talk about trauma and PTSD and stuff. That was a trigger for me. I'll tell you why. There was a guy I was with, and we're sitting in the car of Walmart. I remember, see, this is how I know it's trauma. To this very day. And he said, because I was like, I think I'm a pretty woman. Like, I don't think I'm about, like, when we're talking about being attractive and stuff. And he said, well, you could be beautiful to me, but you could be ugly to everybody else. And I was like, I don't agree with that. I don't think that I'm ugly to anybody. I think it's all about the inside. Maybe inside I may be ugly to somebody, but I don't think physically that I'm ugly to anybody. If you think I'm ugly, that's just my perception. I think it's more of like an internal thing. I don't consider myself to be an ugly person. It was a trigger for me. So to me, it was more of him saying, well, that's what you think, but that's not what everybody else thinks. Like, kind of like I choose to say that you're beautiful. I choose to say that you're attractive, but that doesn't mean that you are. Everybody else could think opposite. And that, for some reason, that same conversation when you said I choose to love you was like a trigger for me. And I think that's why I was kind of like offended right away. And then it took me a minute to kind of absorb it, understand where he's coming from. And then it's like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Because then I went back to that same scenario and I was like, yeah, it's true. Like, someone could think that I'm ugly and somebody else could think that I'm beautiful. Everybody has a different perception or whatever opinion. So that's what that was. But I don't know.
Interesting.
Everybody feels misunderstood at some point. I think you just get it a lot because you're very direct.
You know what? So, all right. So there's the biggest misunderstanding from my family, right? Now, my family, I wrote a song. Okay. You know where I'm going with this?
Yes.
I wrote a song. Okay. This song, to me, is a great song. But when I listen to a song, I'm thinking about the artistry and how you could write something, the perspective you're coming from. And it could be about some that has nothing to do with me. But if you write it in a way, like artistically, I look at the artistic side of things, right? Mm-hmm. So I wrote this song and everyone misunderstands this song. There's a guy that I cut and I've probably been cutting him for 3 years. And he's like, bro, I just understood what that song was about right now after you told me this. Mm-hmm. Right? So this song, a lot of people in my family got offended by it. I wrote a song from a perspective of my idea was, okay, I'm in a relationship with a woman who has kids. Growing up, I was the kid in the relationship, you know, and I'm looking at the mom and the dad in that relationship. So now I'm playing the side that I was criticizing as a child. Mm-hmm. Now, the song is harsh, but it has to be harsh in order to get my point across, to understand what's going on and how I looked at it as a kid. Then it was extreme. Mm-hmm. And then I had to turn around and sit on the other side of the table and look at it from the stepfather's perspective. And that's what that song is about. But people took it as, oh, you're saying you don't like the guy. You're saying you don't this, you don't this, and you don't this. And it's like, I took every guy my mom's ever dated, balled them up into one person. Now, it sounds more like one person, but it's more of
your experiences.
Yeah, it's more of everything. But I also wrote it to where it's a cycle that I was also living in. Mm-hmm. Because my grandma had a boyfriend who's not my mom's dad. My mom had guys that she dated that weren't my dad. Now I'm dating someone with kids and I'm not their dad. Mm-hmm. So no one caught that in the family. They just looked at it like, oh, you don't like this person and you're telling family information, drama, and you're doing this and you're doing this. And it's like, this is how I express myself, because as a child, I never learned how to express myself, and I've never expressed myself about any of this.
Yeah, and that's all a part of growing up and being able to actually like deal with your trauma, deal with your, like, you start to realize why you do certain things as an adult, and you realize what it is. And I think being able to talk about that, someone else is going to be able to relate to that.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a lot of people who said, oh, we all got the same stories, and I relate to that, and same thing with my family and all that.
But I can see where you said I had to understand where they're coming from too, because if you think about it, I don't think any of your family understands poetry like that though.
Yeah.
Or like, I don't think anybody that would hear that. I don't even think anyone that does, that's not his family, would hear that song and really actually understand it until later. Yeah. Or until they realize that I'm that woman that he's with now with kids that are not his biologically. So in a sense, like, I get it, but I feel like when they're the closest people to him, they should have understood what that song meant. And I think that was where the misunderstanding was. And I think they thought it was a current thing instead of understanding that, no, this is actually, if you just hear the song, you'll understand what we're saying. I feel like that happens to you with all kinds of things though.
Yeah.
Because he could talk about his father. We could make a podcast about growing up as kids and what we experience and what we want better for ourselves or our kids or our family. And I still think it gets taken offensively.
Yeah.
Because it's like I think sometimes they think, oh, well, I was there, or that never happened to you. And you weren't there though. You're not our eyes. You weren't in our experiences. We're just saying what we experienced, not what you experienced. You may have experienced it from a totally different perspective, but the same way that we're trying to understand where you're coming from, you have to see where we're coming from. And we have a right to express that and to talk about it. Because at the end of the day, it does help a lot of people. We have a lot of people that say that it's so relatable. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I know what you mean. That happens a lot too with a lot of stuff. You just feel like you're always misunderstood. That's what he's trying to say.
I mean, yeah. But I've never expressed these things to my mom or to the people in my life, because I've never grew up in that household where I could express myself. Mm-hmm.
So it's your outlet to do that.
Yeah, there's,
and I feel like it's your choice to listen or not.
Exactly. There's things today that I still have never talked to anyone in my family about that I've talked to you about. Mm-hmm. And that's just what it is.
And that's fine. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, they may not understand it either way, even if you try. I'm telling you, there's things that I'll say to my mom or like remind her of something that I went through, and she literally, and God bless her, because I really don't think she remembers, or I don't think she knew it was that bad for me. But like, I'll mention something and she's just kind of like, say mine's the opposite, where my mom will feel bad. My mom will feel kind of guilty, and she's just like one day we're on the phone and we're talking about like my childhood and stuff, and she was like, do you think that I was a bad mom? And I was like, I don't think that you were a bad mom. I think you were a busy mom. I think that you were just trying so hard to work and make money to support kids on your own. I don't think you were a bad mom. I just think that you weren't there to see when I was struggling. I don't think we had a home where we could just talk and express ourselves and communicate. And that really did a lot of damage to me. So that's why as a mom now, like, I do really try to be an open book. And I don't want my kids to run all over me, but like, I want them to know that they can talk to me and feel safe, because I don't want them to go through that. And I don't want them to be able to say that, like, well, you weren't there and you didn't understand where I was coming from. It takes a lot, like, to understand where a kid's mind is. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I just think, you deal with that way more than me.
For sure.
Mine's more with like friends.
But I'm also like, I'm my grandma's oldest grandchild and my mom's oldest child. it's one of those things like I'm in between, right? Because I'm only so many years younger than my youngest uncle. So I'm more like my mom's younger brother, my uncle's younger brother, my grandma's youngest son rather than the oldest grandchild, the oldest child. So I think it's one of those like I'm literally on the fine line of the age gaps and the difference between, oh, this is my mom versus this is my older sister. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's more like I grew up with my mom. So my siblings, they kind of, I don't know. Whenever something happens, I'm the last to know because they feel like they'll get in trouble with me. And it's like, that's y'all, dog. I ain't raising you. I don't know.
It's because they don't want to disappoint you.
You ain't got to worry about disappointing me. You got to worry about going to jail, nigga.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying.
I ain't going to be in the cell with you, dog.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree with you. Because I'll be there for plenty of conversations. And they'll ask me, or they'll be like, you're so judgmental. I agree with them. But let me say, okay, I don't think you're judgmental. I think it comes off that way. That's really what I mean when I say that. And in the midst of it, we're just talking and whatever. It's fine. It's like, he doesn't really take anything offensively anyways. But it's like, yeah, you're judgmental. But it's just more of like,
I'm offended.
You just come off that way. I don't know how to explain it. Like, you're just very, you're just smart.
What?
You're just smart. I don't know. You're just someone that people don't want to disappoint.
I don't understand.
I don't know how to explain it. But I agree.
Why?
What I'm saying though, with that being said, is that those same people, including myself, like, should really only care about disappointment. Because I think about this all the time. Like, okay, I'm going to do Pilates, but I've had so much growth within my own mindset where I'm like, I know he would love for me to do that, but not because he cares about how I look or whatever. It's because he wants me to be healthy and happy, right? But for me, I feel like I have to really think about it. Like, okay, am I going to do Pilates because I want to for myself, or is it because I know he would want me to? Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. When I was going to school, I had to think about it. Am I really going to school because I want to, or because he wants me to? Because he's a pusher and he will push. Once you say you're going to do something, he'll help you and he'll push you to do that, right? That's what a spouse is supposed to do, or a friend, whatever, a good friend. But I had to like really think about, like, am I doing it though because like I want to and it's for me, or is it for him? Because I care so much about what you think of me.
Why?
You see? And I think that's a lot of what your family and friends feel is like, I care about what he thinks of me. I see it all the time. Like one of your siblings will be like, yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And I'm going to do this. I've heard it for years and nothing's happened. Nothing's changed. And then it just stops. They stop saying it. They stop telling you stuff because I already know in their mind, they're like, well, I haven't done it yet. Because you're the kind of person to be like, don't tell me you're going to do it if you're not going to do it. Or you're straight up like, you said that last time. You ain't going to, or you're straight up like, you ain't going to do it. No, you're not. So that's what people mean. But I've had so much growth that like, I'm at peace with that now because everything that I'm doing for myself, I'm really doing it for myself. I'm not doing it for you and me anymore. Whereas I feel like before I kind of was. Mm-hmm. But now it's just, I want to work out for myself, or like I won't do something. There's days when I'm like, I ain't going to do anything. And that's really how I feel. I'm not doing anything. That's for myself. But yeah.
Well, that's good.
I try to not make you feel misunderstood. I do. I feel like I've had growth. I feel like you can have conversations with me. I'm not going to get that. I don't get that offended anymore. Like what? What?
I don't know. I'm just over here offended.
By what?
No, I'm just playing. So, yeah. Let me ask you this. What is one thing you're looking forward to this year?
Really just being financially free.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's I don't know. Probably not. I know money is not everything, but I'm sorry, it is.
No, it's not.
No, God first, but like money, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Like, I've been saying how tired I am and stuff, and I know everyone's like, well, you're going to be working even harder. I have this one friend that I talked to about, like, my growing my waxing and stuff, and they're just like, well, it's going to be harder when you're on your own, and it's going to be harder when you have to build your own client. You don't think I know that? I know that, but what I do know is nothing feels better than doing something, working so hard, and you get to bring that money home to you. I'm bringing money home to a corporation right now. I'm not bringing money like that home to myself. I'm being worked like a slave, and I'm not making money like that. So there's not, we can't just go take a trip when we want. We can't just enjoy going out and doing all these things. Everything costs money. Right now I'm working for a corporation, and it's not like that. So like, you're not going to convince me to stay with the corporation for stability and a paycheck. Like, I understand it's going to be hard work. I know I'm going to be tired still. But for me, it'll be worth it. Just like I'm trying to get through this journey where I know it's going to be worth it for the outcome. But yeah, I feel like that's... You tired?
I'm listening.
That's what I want.
See, this
You see?
life with a Mexican woman, dog. She about to cuss me out.
All I asked was if you're tired.
Because I blinked.
Simmer down.
Think about that. Because I blinked.
Anyway, yeah, financial stability.
That's what you're looking forward to?
Yes, because then that means spending more time together, not having to work as long and as many hours one day. Being able to take the kids and go to, I don't know, a jumpy place or something fun.
A jumpy place.
Like, think about our everyday routine every day.
Like a trampoline park?
Do? I don't know, just something. Take a trip somewhere.
I don't know. I'll be chilling. My daily routine.
You need to live life more. You are not living life.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
It's so fun. You don't think life is so fun?
I'm thankful, but no, this is not it.
Wow. Y'all hear this? Y'all hear this?
That's crazy.
What's crazy?
We may be growing into two different pathways.
What's crazy?
I think we're going in two different pathways.
That's crazy. Wow. Y'all hear this?
That's crazy to me.
What's crazy?
You're too comfortable.
I'm not comfortable. I'm at a point where I've done a lot.
You've done a lot.
Hold on now. I'm at a point where I've done a lot. And now I'm watching you go through what I went through. You know what I mean? But I'm also in a place of limbo. Because... Is that funny?
Go ahead. Why are you in limbo?
I came talking peace. You see what I'm saying? And she don't want me to be offended. Anyways.
Why are you in limbo?
I'm about to tell you. Do this. Put your lips together. Anyways. So we're at a point where in our studio, we don't know if people are leaving, people are not leaving. I don't know if I'm going to be by myself next year or I'm going to have someone with me next year in the studio. So I think later this year, I'll figure all that out. But for now, it's just like whatever happens. And you will be transitioning to your next phase before I go through that part. Mm-hmm. So I feel like everything that I have to plan for, it'll be for possibly the beginning of next year. But since you asked, what am I excited for this year? I'm excited to go to Washington.
Yeah, I agree. We are planning a trip to Washington.
Because Isaac, our friend Isaac, is getting married, and he was the only person there when we got married. Mm-hmm. Him and your mom. That's it. Mm-hmm. So this is going to be a full circle moment. And then I get to see my niece. So I got 2 nieces in Washington. One I haven't met yet, but I've met her like, FaceTime and all that. Mm-hmm. Then the other one, she was a baby when I lived with them. Now she's a grown little thing. She has her nails done and
that's great.
All grownish.
No, same for me. I haven't even got to meet my second niece.
And my
We've
brother.
been away for a long time.
I'm
excited for that too. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little like not scared, but I'm like, dang, what are we gonna go back and what is it gonna be like? Old Tri-Cities.
We haven't been to Washington since before COVID. So we haven't been to visit
in 6
her
years.
family or my brother out there. So the only people I have out there is my brother, his 2 daughters, and a couple friends. But for the most part, that's where her family is. And yeah, she been ducking them. I ain't gonna lie. She been ducking them.
I'm sorry, but
we need explanations.
I love my family, but my mom's the one that visits me every year.
We've been to Iowa every year. I'm tired of going to Iowa.
Yeah, we've been seeing his family all the time.
Every year.
Every year.
And you know what she says?
With your family.
Let's go visit your family.
Okay, we've already talked about that. My mom is the only one, guys, that has my mom and my aunt.
Your aunt and your uncle
my aunt and my uncle came out to visit me, but of all my family in Tri-Cities, which I don't have a huge family.
All of them have come.
No, they have not.
Viv came. Your sister hasn't.
Yes. Okay.
Viv came. Come on, man. Shout out my boy Darby.
I don't have a huge.
Shout out my boy Darby.
I don't have shut up so I can say it. I don't have a huge family though. Like honestly, I don't have a huge family. Obviously my grandma can't come out here.
Erica ain't real Hispanic because her family is like
it's small.
Less than 10 people.
Yeah, so I don't really and I have friends up there that I definitely am excited to see, but other than that, I feel like the people that I need to see besides my sister, I would love for my sister to come visit me. But luckily for her, I'll be out there. Other than that, I don't have anybody else, truthfully, that I really care to see.
Is that right?
That hasn't already come out here. So obviously, like I said, besides my sister, Maribel. That's I'm so serious.
What's the rest of the list?
I really don't have any. Oh, besides Isaac, mom and dad, Isaac's mom and dad. Of course I want to see his brother and his nieces, but I can't really think of anybody else, to be honest. I've just been focused on my life here in Arizona, and this has been a long 6 years of just trying to grow. And honestly, I think I'm thankful I'm not where I was when we first moved here. But it's a growing process, and if I was so concerned about visiting every year back home, I would totally be way behind than where I'm at. I just don't believe in that. I have a couple of friends that they're always complaining about money, but they take trips every year. Which one was that? They take trips every year, 3 times a year. And I'm just do you not understand that that's why I don't take trips like that? I'm not free. I would love to go to New York and California and all that. And I get it, live life, YOLO. That's what people say. But no, I've done that before. I've wasted so much time, and I just want to stay focused. And that's why it sucks, but that's all I'm focused on right now is my family, my growing myself, and trying to get to where I want to be financially and with my career. I finally found something I really do love and I know I'm going to be good at. I don't have time for fun. I don't. It sucks, but I don't. So that's why I haven't been back. And yes, it's family, but like I said, my mom and my aunt, my uncle, they're the only ones that have come out to visit me in 6 years.
And your cousin, don't forget Darby.
And my cousin and Darby and her kids. But, other than that, I'm sorry, no one else comes to see me or visit me. Why should I prioritize that?
Well,
so,
dang.
Yeah, of course I'm going to choose to go with you to Iowa because your family comes to see us all the time.
Well, they don't.
Well, they come and live with us. So we're just closer. But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited for this year, to be honest, as much as I may not look like it every day. I'm excited because I know what I have planned and I refuse to settle. I'm not comfortable. I'm thankful. I'm not where I used to be, but I'm not comfortable. There's so much more for my kids.
Because I feel like you're taking sneak disses at me right now. I'm not comfortable.
I said it. I'm not dissing. I said you're comfortable.
I'm not comfortable. I'm just waiting for you to get to this point.
Why?
Then we can just like,
Why is it got to take
You know
me?
why? You know why? Because you're going to make way more money than I make.
So
right?
it is about money.
No, listen, Linda. Because all through school, I had to be the breadwinner all through all that. And that's fine because I am your husband and we're a partnership, right? But when you start making more and the economy's so trash, we can actually live the life that I imagine we would. You know what I mean? We would actually be able to do all the things that we planned to do when we first got together.
And that's because we're a 50-50 household.
No, we're not 50-50 because sometimes I got to do 70 and sometimes you got to do 70.
No. Okay, what I mean
we
is
ain't
that
50-50 nothing.
What I meant was, yeah, you're right. It has been where I'm 50 and you're 20. What I meant to say was, because what I meant to say was, what I meant to say was
70?
Listen, because I just watched a video like this yesterday where the man was saying, my woman don't gotta work and blah, blah, I'm gonna provide, blah, blah. Because we've already had that conversation too. What I meant to say was because we are a woman and man working household. Because people are going to take that however they want, what you just said. Because there's so many men and women that believe the man should be providing. And it shouldn't take for me to have to do X, Y, and Z for us to be able to do that. But because we're a woman and man household that works, that's what it is. That's why it's the way that it is. Period.
You tell them, girl.
Because I already know what you just said, that's a trigger for some people.
Look, hold on, man. Hold on. Let's get to this. Let's get to this. Y'all was in the comments talking crazy, talking about. Let me read them. Let me read them actually, because y'all was getting a little disrespectful. Like, Erica, are you unhappy? Because there was a bunch of single women in my comments talking crazy. Like I was just so bad, and it blew my mind.
I'm not unhappy, but I understand. I know, not that I understand like how they're saying it. But for me, as a woman, like, yeah, there are times when if I'm down and out, it's because I'm like, dang, man, like I really do have to I gotta get through this so that I can be, a successful solo waxer. So that what he just said, that pressure is on me. Have you thought about that? Mm-hmm. That pressure is so heavy on me because what he's saying is we can't do X, Y, and Z, or we can't. Which is simple stuff, y'all. Like, it's not like I'm asking to travel the world. What we want is like a home to get out of our 2-bedroom apartment that we've been in for 6 years. At least that's what I want. I want a place for our kids to come one day and like our kids' friends. And like, I want to have the space and I want like a room for our podcast. I've always been a dreamer. And so like, I have a lot of visions of what I want for myself and my family. And that's why I'm getting to where I'm getting, because I have that mindset where I'm like, I'm not comfortable. I'm not where I need to be. That's just what it is. And, but like what he's saying is accurate. We're just not that couple where like he can just do what he's doing and everything's taken care of. It's just, that's what it is. That's why I took on the career that I'm going into, because I know that it will make more money than what he's making, and I could probably support us on my own. There's women in those comments that are not for that.
No, let me tell it. Right? So let me tell y'all what I do, right? I pick the kids up from school, I take them to school, I go to work, all that. There's no like, I don't expect her to take care of the kids because she's the woman in the relationship, but I don't have to explain that to nobody. There's women on here saying, I sound mad ungrateful. Yeah, Miranda 6193. Yeah, I'm a huge red flag. Shut up and let her talk. like she ain't been talking the whole episode. Y'all don't be watching the whole episode, bro. Y'all just be in the comments talking, bro. And it's like, you guys are single women. I don't care if you're single or not. I'm gonna be honest with you. If you are, cool. If you're not, cool. But my relationship, your relationship, you have no say in this relationship, dog. Why am I acting like that? Like, just crazy comments. Yeah, they. Who is that? Sophia James 5175. Like, why is your area code in your name? What are we talking about, bro?
I don't read the comments.
Y'all need to go get a boyfriend. Y'all need to go find a man.
See, that's why I don't read the comments, because
I ain't gonna lie, I deleted some because they was wilding. It's like, bro, what?
I don't read the comments. The only comment I ever read, truthfully, the only comment I ever read was the one where they said, she's so grateful to have, or she's so blessed to have you. Like, shut
You
up.
blessed to have me, though,
dang. You don't think I know that?
You blessed to
You
have
blessed to have me
though.
too. Shoot.
You blessed to have me, though.
I know. But I mean, that's people watching clips or whatever. But I'm just saying, because sometimes, yeah, you say stuff like that and it's like, oh God, here we go.
I say stuff like, well, nah, Miranda can go. I ain't gonna say it, but you know where she can go. You feel me? I don't care about none of that.
Yes, guys, there's been times when like we've talked about before, we've been homeless together. Not a lot of women would go through that with their man. Okay. Like there's been times when he was in school and I had to make the money to make rent, and then we got evicted because I wasn't making a lot. We had to live with friends. He had to live with family, and friends. And then there's been times when I was in school for esthetician school. There was a time when I was working for I was a manager at a business, and I was making decent money, I guess, whatever. And he was cutting hair and we were okay. But then I feel like we weren't really we weren't really thinking about, wait, we really need to get up here because we need to start doing all this, whatever. Then I decided to go to school for that reason. Because I realized, okay, we're just comfortable. Like, it's not enough. So then I went to school, figured out what I wanted to do. And while I was in school, I'm working full time. So it's not like I just stopped working. I was working full time, going to school full time. And that also took a lot because even though I was working full time, I don't know. Oh, we had to pay for my school, wasn't it? Because I was still working.
Remember. We were doing something.
Yeah, I was still working full time, but for some reason he had to pick up more slack.
But when I was in school, we didn't have rent and stuff because we basically were living with other people.
Yeah.
When you're in school, we have more bills.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it was.
And then
harder.
we just have more bills now in general than ever. And then now it's like where I'm working somewhere consistently. I've been there almost a year. So proud of myself because I do leave jobs. I'm so proud of myself. Almost a year in May.
My goodness.
And I don't make a lot there. I make like whatever. I don't know how to say that.
You make
I don't
all
make
right
enough.
money.
And I have bills to pay. So even with what I make, I don't get to bring the whole thing home. So he has to compensate for that. And he makes really good money. So think about that. It's like he's a barber. He touches a lot of money every day. But then it's like someone told me one time, the more money you make, the more you spend. So true. So true. That's the scary part. So yeah, I feel like even though he makes a lot of money, it's still not enough, especially in this economy, to support all of us and to do that all on his own. But there's other things that he does. Like you said,
But Arizona's gotten
matter.
so expensive since we've been here. Like,
it's like California.
everything's gone up a lot. So
you need two people.
If we were in this situation and the economy was how it was when we first moved here, we'd been fine. But it's different now because we're so far along. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah.
So that was a kind of a lot everywhere, but I think Avery just needed to let it out on this podcast. Because before this, y'all, I was falling asleep. And now I'm awake.
All right, we're going to wrap this up. Because she's tripping. Like, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. Follow me on TikTok, Cuss by Cruze. I got 3 accounts. Cuss by Cruze, Tino Cruze, Cruze Control. Cruze Control is gaming. Tino Cruze is my personal. Cuss by Cruze is my barber page. Follow Erica at, I don't even know her name no more.
Erica Pledge.
That's on one.
That's all they need.
On
Follow
Instagram,
my TikTok, Erica
I
Pledge.
don't know what it is.
It doesn't matter. I don't be on Instagram like that.
You can't even tag her no more.
I only be posting positive stuff on Instagram and my reviews. So follow me on TikTok, Erica Pledge.
And this is season 2 of the Other Half podcast. We'll catch you guys
Bye.
in the next one. Peace.